Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak English Podcast. I'm Adam, and I'm so happy to be here with all of you today.
And I'm Sarah. It's great to be back, Adam. I'm excited for our topic today because I think it's something that happens to everyone who is learning a new language.
Oh, absolutely, Sarah. You hit the nail on the head. Today, we're going to talk about a very common situation, what to say when you forget a word in English. It happens to me sometimes, even in my own language. So imagine in a second language, right? It's that moment when your mind goes blank and you know the word, but it just won't come out. It can be a little frustrating or even embarrassing, right?
Yes, it can be, especially when you're in the middle of a conversation and you want to express yourself clearly. But the good news is that there are many simple and effective ways to handle these moments. We want to show everyone that it's totally okay, and there are tools to help you keep the conversation flowing.
Exactly. We don't want anyone to feel discouraged or stop speaking just because they can't remember a word. Our goal today is to give you some easy phrases and strategies that you can use right away to keep talking, even when your mind is a bit foggy. So let's dive right in. Sarah, what's one of the first things you think of when you can't remember a word? What's a simple phrase someone can use?
Well, the simplest and most direct way is to just say, I forgot the word, or I can't remember the word. It's honest and people understand. It's perfectly fine to admit it. No need to feel shy.
That's a great start, Sarah. Being honest is always good. And then you can add, what's the word for, or what do you call? For example, if you forget the word fork, you could say, I forgot the word. What's the word for that thing you eat with that has points?
Oh, that's a clever way to do it, Adam. You're describing the object or the action. That's a super useful strategy. It shows you're still trying to communicate, and it gives the other person clues to help you. It's like a mini riddle.
Exactly. And people are usually very happy to help you. They understand that you're learning. Another phrase that's very natural is, it's on the tip of my tongue. This phrase means you almost remember it, but it's not quite coming out.
Ah, it's on the tip of my tongue. That's a classic. It sounds so natural, and it immediately tells the other person that you're close to remembering it. It creates a moment of shared understanding, like, oh, I know that feeling.
Yes, it really does. And after saying it's on the tip of my tongue, you can then try to describe it like we mentioned before. So, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's a type of fruit, yellow, long. And then the other person might say, banana. And you say, yes, banana, thank you. It's a nice collaborative moment. It really takes the pressure off. And sometimes just saying it's on the tip of my tongue can actually help you remember the word because you're relaxing a bit.
That's so true, Adam. The pressure often makes it harder to remember. So relaxing and using these phrases can actually jog your memory. What about when you need a moment to think? Is there a polite way to ask for a little time?
Absolutely, Sarah. You can say, just a moment, please, or let me think for a second. These phrases are polite and they buy you a little time to try and recall the word. You don't have to rush.
Yes, taking a moment is perfectly fine. And while you're thinking, you can also try to use a synonym or a simpler word if you can't remember the exact one. For example, if you can't remember delicious, maybe you can say very good or tasty.
That's a fantastic point, Sarah. Using a simpler word or a synonym is a great way to keep the conversation going without getting stuck. It shows you have a good vocabulary. Even if you're not remembering the perfect word at that moment, you're adapting. Precisely. Or if you forget expensive, you can say not cheap. It's not the same, but it conveys the meaning. The most important thing is to keep communicating. Don't stop talking because of one forgotten word.
That's a very encouraging message, Adam. It's about maintaining the flow. Another useful strategy is to use gestures or pantomime. Sometimes a simple hand motion can communicate a lot. For example, if you forget the word stir, you can make a stirring motion with your hand.
Oh, yes, nonverbal communication is so powerful. It crosses language barriers, and often a gesture can help you or the other person remember the word. It's like your body is trying to help your brain.
Exactly, and it often adds a little humor to the situation, which makes everyone feel more comfortable. It's not just about remembering words, it's about connecting with people.
So true, Sarah. Connecting is key. What about if you want to ask for help directly, but you're not sure how to phrase it? A very simple way is to say, "Could you help me with a word?" Or, "What's the word for?" And then you describe it. For example, "Could you help me with a word? It's a place where you buy books."
That's clear and direct, and it invites the other person to assist you. They feel helpful, and you get the word you need. It's a win-win situation. Another strategy, which might seem obvious, but we often forget it, is to paraphrase.
Paraphrasing, yes, that's a big one. It means saying the same thing in different words. So instead of saying, "I forgot the word for refrigerator," you might say, "I forgot the name of that big cold box where you keep food."
Exactly. You're working around the missing word. It shows your flexibility and your ability to express ideas in different ways. And it often helps you to remember the word yourself or the other person to guess it. It also builds your confidence because you're successfully conveying your message even without that one specific word. It's like being a detective with words.
Yes, a word detective. I like that, Sarah. Now, what if you're in a situation where you really need that specific word and no one is helping you? Maybe you're alone or in a test situation.
That's a good point, Adam. In those cases, if you have access to it, using your phone to quickly look up a dictionary or a translation app is totally fine, especially in learning situations. It's a great tool. Just say, "Excuse me, I need to quickly look up a word."
That's very practical advice. We live in a world where technology is at our fingertips, so why not use it? It's a learning aid, not a cheat, and it's better than getting completely stuck.
Exactly. And even if you don't have your phone, sometimes just thinking of a word in your native language and then trying to translate it in your head can help. Even if it's not perfect, it can give you a starting point.
True. And sometimes thinking about the context of the word can help you remember it. What situation are you in? What topic are you discussing? These details can sometimes unlock the word you're looking for.
Absolutely. Our brains often associate words with specific contexts. So if you're talking about cooking and you're looking for a word, think about other cooking words. It might trigger the memory.
That's a great tip, Sarah. And what about when you're really stuck and you just want to move on? Is there a polite way to do that?
Yes, there is. You can say, "Anyway," or "moving on," to signal that you're going to continue the conversation without that specific word. You might still describe the concept, but you're not getting stuck on the exact word anymore. For example, "I forgot the word for that. Anyway, it was very beautiful."
That's a good way to keep the momentum of the conversation. You're acknowledging the missing word, but you're not letting it derail the whole discussion. It shows resilience, and it also signals to the other person that they don't need to keep guessing or trying to help you with that particular word. You're moving forward. So, to summarize some of our key phrases and strategies, we have "I forgot the word," "I can't remember the word," "What's the word for?" "What do you call it?" "It's on the tip of my tongue." Just a moment, please. Let me think for a second. And also describing the word or concept, using simpler words or synonyms, using gestures, asking for help directly, paraphrasing, looking it up, and finally, just moving on.
That's a lot of useful tools. It really is, Adam. And the most important message we want to convey to our listeners is don't be afraid to make mistakes or forget words. It's a natural part of learning. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner, and they all forgot words.
That's so true, Sarah. Learning a language is a journey, and there will be bumps along the way. Forgetting words is just one of those bumps. What matters is that you keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep trying.
Exactly. Think of these moments not as failures, but as opportunities to practice your problem-solving skills in English. You're learning to be flexible and resourceful, and the more you practice these strategies, the more natural they will become. You'll find yourself using them without even thinking, and your confidence will grow significantly. So our advice is embrace these moments. They're a sign that you are pushing yourself and actively trying to use English. Don't let a forgotten word silence you.
Never. Keep your voice strong and keep those conversations flowing. We believe in all of you. Every time you try to speak, you are improving.
Absolutely. Even if you're not perfect, you're making progress. And remember, communication is the goal, not perfection. If you can get your message across, you've succeeded.
That's the spirit. And using these phrases and techniques helps you achieve that communication even when you're a little stuck. So, next time you're speaking English and a word slips your mind, remember our tips. Take a deep breath and try one of these phrases. You'll be surprised how much they help. And don't forget to laugh about it. Sometimes a little humor can make a difficult situation feel much lighter. Everyone understands that learning is tough sometimes.
Indeed. So we hope this episode has given you some great tools and, more importantly, a lot of encouragement. We want you all to feel confident and comfortable when speaking English. That's our main goal. We want you to feel empowered, and the more you speak, the easier it gets, even the parts about remembering words. Practice, practice, practice. That's the secret. And don't worry about being perfect. Just focus on communicating and connecting.
Well, Sarah, this has been a really helpful conversation. I think our listeners will feel much more prepared for those moments when words disappear from their minds.
I hope so too, Adam. It's a very common experience, and it's good to know how to handle it gracefully. We want everyone to feel comfortable and confident in their English journey. So for all our listeners out there, remember these phrases and strategies. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and don't let a forgotten word stop you. You've got this. And we'll be here next time with more tips and tricks to help you on your English learning adventure.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Speak English Podcast. It was a pleasure as always, Sarah.
Always a pleasure, Adam. And to all our wonderful listeners, thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate you spending your time with us. Before we go, we have a little request for all of you. If you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, please consider leaving a comment below. We'd love to hear about your experiences. Have you ever forgotten a word at a funny or important moment? How did you handle it? Share your stories with us.
Yes, your comments and stories are so valuable to us. They help us understand what you need and what topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes. And it creates a wonderful community where we can all learn from each other. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to Speak English Podcast so you don't miss any of our future episodes. We release new content regularly to help you improve your English.
And sharing this episode with your friends, family, or anyone who is learning English would be amazing. The more people we can reach, the more we can help build a confident and fluent English-speaking community. Every like, share, and comment truly helps our channel grow and reach more learners like you. We're passionate about helping you on your English journey, and your support makes a big difference.
So, thank you again for listening, for your support, and for being part of the Speak English Podcast family. Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll talk to you all very soon. Bye, everyone.
Keep up the great work. See you next time. Happy learning.